All right, D from Footballville. Listen, Sunday, y'all know what time it is. We got Big Bear Alexander in the house from University of Georgia. Big Bear jumped in the transfer portal last week before Georgia spring game, and now he's going to decide right here on Footballville where he's going. Big Bear should be up here with us, man. We're going to walk in and check him out. Good numbers going right now. Big man, what's the moment that everybody been waiting on, man? What it's gonna be?
I don't know, man. I'm thinking about staying on the West Coast. Right on.
All right, man, this D, man. We here with Big Bear, Tony, man, on the Footballville podcast, man. We outside. Bear just went official. Announced that he's gonna be headed to USC. How you feel, big dog?
Man, I feel great about it, joining the Trojans and, his family over there. And, it's a great decision overall.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
How you feel about it, Tony? You right there right on the side every time, everywhere you go, you right there. So how you feel about it?
I like it. It's a fit. They go offensively. They're really elite. So they're gonna score a lot of points, and it's gonna give him an opportunity to really, rush, get after the passer, and kind of show a lot of his versatility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So listen, I'm getting right out there because everybody gonna want to know, man. You went to Georgia last year. I won national championship. They may be favored to win a national championship again. Shout out to Nick Saban. Why would you leave Georgia to go to USC when you got a chance to get a second ring? They on top of the world. I mean, tell the people what's the reason.
I mean, for me overall, it's a huge difference just being a part of a great defense and, being the reason why defense is great. So, I just kind of wanted to give myself a challenge and, go out here and just be a part and build something great.
So elaborate that on a little bit for me. That's saying, or being part of a great difference, or being the actual make the difference. You know what I'm saying? So what you mean by that?
My family personally, we big on just winning that life, competing that life, and never taking the easy road. So I feel like this me taking the stairs over the elevator. Just building something with the Trojans. It's new, it's upcoming, so they're growing, they're building, and I feel like it's a good fit for me. And when I was at Georgia, personally, I was more of a pass rush specialist, just third down player, and I just wanted to show off my versatility. I felt like I could play first and second down, and the staff felt different. So
yeah. So you didn't just want to get out the quarterback. You actually want to tackle running backs and shit on first and second down? You want to do all?
Man, I'm capable. I'm violent. I'm a violent player.
Yeah. You just want to be on the field, Bill, right?
Yeah, I want to be on the field.
You'll be on the field, and so USC, you'll be on the field more, basically.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. All right, so let's go back to high school, bro. I mean, because high school with you got kind of complicated, right? You went to how many different high schools? Like
5.
5?
Yeah, 5.
And Tony, what you think contributed to that? Like, yeah.
A lack of understanding.
Yeah.
I don't think, people may take this the wrong way. I'm not sure that the UIL sometimes understand just family and family dynamics and just kind of how that stuff works, right? I was a coach. I lost my career for a year and a half just due to some foolish stuff, got into it with another coach, so, and it didn't go well. So I lost my career. And then after that happened, I of course had to find work. I left and stuff like that. And he wasn't happy at the high school. The head coach left. And so we just stayed together, as everybody can see everything we do, we just kind of do it together. And so yeah, when I left, he left too. And it just turned tacky after that. So the UIL ruled him ineligible, multiple times. So we had to find a place for him to play. He had to get snaps, he had to get reps, and we just had to do what we had to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what, it was 9, 10, 11?
Yeah, well, 9th grade he played as a freshman, and then as a sophomore, he left, and he was ruled ineligible at the high school that he went to. So the next year, we left that school because I got back into teaching. So at that point, after the sophomore season, I was able to go back and teach. So I went back to teach at a school that I worked with previously that were pretty good. And so at that point, we went out there and he was ruled eligible. And so then after that, I wanted to get back into coaching. I was just teaching at that point. I wanted to get back into coaching. And so I was going to leave the school and he was going to stay.
Right.
But then he decided like, nah, you gone, I'm gone. So, you know, we rolled the dice and it didn't go in our favor, you know, but we had a plan for a plan. So it worked out, you know, but we really wish that we were, of course, able to stay in the state and get it done in the state and stuff like that and stay together and me actually coach him his senior year and stuff like that. But, you know, people had other plans. So that's what kind of led to him going to multiple high schools, and it looked really weird and different.
Right.
But yeah, we just weren't gonna go around explaining that to everybody.
When you say ineligible, now we're not talking about Bear not going to school. You're talking about what was making him ineligible? Explain to the people.
Well, I'm not Bear's biological dad. I'm sure you know everybody kind of tell the size difference. You know, so
the size difference.
Yeah, he's a little bit bigger than me,
a little
right?
bit bigger.
But you know, that's my son, and you can't tell me anything different.
Right.
We've been through quite a bit together and overcome a lot together. And I'm proud of who he is, you know, what he's done. But I guess they didn't like the relationship. So they felt like, you know, they just felt like
kind of nitpick at it.
Yeah. They kept
I felt like they was after y'all.
Oh yeah. You couldn't do anything, you know.
No.
And nothing honestly and truly could like break up the relationship. Like it was hard for them to like try to get in between it.
How's that into their business though?
Man, it wasn't. Like, we kept on with the same schedule. Like you say, after the year of suspension of him losing his job, you know, we was kind of battling with life. So I picked up 2 jobs. I was still in high school, working and grinding and playing ball, and we was kind of, you know what I'm saying, still trying to get to where we was trying to go.
Right. Tony said he's not your biological father. So what's the story behind you and your parents? Like, what was your upbringing?
So my dad actually went to prison when I was 1.
Okay.
And, you know what I'm saying, my mother worked. And, you know what I'm saying, I never had a father present, really. It was just me, my brother, and my 2 sisters. So.
Yeah. And then Tony came along like a guardian, like a father figure for you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So after going through all that in high school, then y'all had to deal with all that and the recruitment process? Like, how did the schools, look at that? Y'all going to different schools, you know what I'm saying? Well, how did they look at that as they recruited you guys?
Most programs understood.
Yeah.
Like, we went in there, we told them what was up, our family circumstances, and, you know what I'm saying, they kind of understood.
Yeah. All right, Bell, man, I got a bone to pick with you, dog. I'm going to do it right here on the podcast, bro.
All right.
FOOTBALLVILLE started in Florida, you know what I'm saying? Then we was huge Hurricane fans, right?
Yeah.
So you decided you was going to take a visit to Miami, right? Mm-hmm. And you was coming to Miami. And usually this is how I found out if somebody's serious about coming to Miami. I get in their DM, I'd be like, hey, we want to do an interview with you. We got like 100,000 followers. Usually the kids be like, all right. But the ones that don't say nothing are the ones they just coming to Miami to look at palm trees, right? So I hit you up, I DM'd you, you know what I'm saying? And still to the day, you ain't said nothing back to your boy, man. You ain't say what's up. You ain't say
I mean, man.
So at some point in time while we here in Vegas, dog, you're going to have to DM me back, big dog. So I got you. You know what I'm saying? But you came down here. I still followed you. You came down here. You had your people with you. Mm-hmm. I was like, man, Bill down here on the damn vacation, man.
Nah, that definitely wasn't the case. No. I probably didn't see it. And if I didn't see it, man, I should have got back with you. But I wasn't in Miami for the palm trees and just the vacation part. Like, I liked Manny Diaz and his style. Yeah. I actually liked the D-line coach. What was his name? Jesse Simpson.
Yeah.
So he was a huge factor. Like, he coached Grady Jarrett and those guys. And, you know, I factored my game after Grady Jarrett. So knowing you coached this guy, I wanted to I was taking big interest in Miami action.
Okay, so all right, so Miami did have a little shot. Miami did have a shot. All right, so
and of course the palm trees, pretty ladies,
sunshine,
that.
Yeah. We should be sitting. Yeah,
gotta come with it, huh? Yeah.
So you officially committed where first? Coming out of high school?
Secretly to Lincoln.
Really?
Ironically, yeah. So secretly to Lincoln, then. My dad kind of caught it.
He was where then? He was at
Oklahoma.
He was at Oklahoma. You say secretly. What do you mean secretly? Explain to people how you mean secretly, y'all.
Silently committed. So you tell a coach basically under the table, man, look, I got interest in your program. I want to secretly commit to you until I announce it publicly.
Got you. And then, so Lincoln ended up, so I ain't gonna say nothing because I don't know the time frame. So what happened? Why not Oklahoma?
We knew they had been winning a lot, and like I say, my dad kind of called it like, man, you a hot shot. You gonna be in the league, or you'll land a bigger job somewhere at another program. Not saying Oklahoma is a bad program, but
Right.
you know, you'll be somewhere else here in no time, man. We'll be down in a couple of months. He took the job at SC.
You actually told Lincoln that?
Yeah.
And he looked you in your eye and said, what, big dog?
He loved knowing.
Nah, yeah, he told me his intent, right? And I understand that though, because I'm a coach. My intent is to be where my feet are, right? And that's what he was, saying to me, hey, I'm where my feet is. But, I just know the game. I follow the sport a lot. I'm a coach myself, so I'm in it. I travel a lot. I go to a lot of different schools, and I just follow the game. So I knew, he was young. He hot shot coach. He's won.
Yeah.
And I just knew somebody was gonna come in and get him. I thought it was gonna be the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I honestly thought he was gonna go to the Cowboys or something like that.
We thought he was going to the league.
Yeah, I thought he was gonna go to the league. Yep.
So can y'all remember how much time passed before he eventually jumped ship?
About no more than 9 months.
Oh man.
I want to say no more than 9 months. Yeah.
Did he call y'all? Or do they just leave and it's like,
No, see, I had his number still. I think I texted him and said I told you or something like that, but he didn't get back to me. Yeah.
you know how many people texted him and told him that, dog?
Yeah.
Because I've heard this story a couple times with people that tweeted about Oklahoma, and then he eventually, and he didn't say nothing back to you.
Nah, he didn't say. We laughed about it though when at the OV.
Oh, that's good. That's what's up. So then you decommit? Did you officially decommit, or that was just silent? Nobody didn't really know.
It was really silent, like nobody knew. But
So you still open. So right now you
Yeah,
still open. You still open. Your recruitment still open. So when Georgia came in, like, what was why you decided with Georgia?
I mean, of course, Oklahoma was like 2 hours away from home, so I wanted to get away from home. I was dealing with a little adversity back at home, so I just kind of wanted to get away and have a fresh start.
Yeah.
And then, of course, they was producing guys at the time, Devontae White, Jordan Davis, so they had a trend for D linemen, big men are at a premium. So,
Yeah.
of course, I wanted to go to Georgia and play ball.
Out of high school, man, when I checked y'all out, man, because I kind of did a whole show on y'all, I realized, like, you had a apparel. You already had another Big Bear Instagram. Like,
Merch.
you guys was kind of like, look, NIL ready coming out of high school. Like, who like, where that came from? Like, who attributed to that?
My boy Jeff Martin, really good friend of mine. He was at LSU at the time, but I want to say he just found out that he was gonna have an opportunity at SC or something like that. So he was kind of back and forth between California, and he knew about the rule that was gonna pass that allowed the college players and stuff to be paid. So he was like, man, this is gonna be huge. And so he was like, Tony, I feel like bro, this is a great lane for you to kind of jump in before it hits. So he kind of gave me like a whole business model. Like, he helped me set up my company and like all that. So like we was kind of ready for it before it hit, because he knew that rule was gonna pass, and kind of like where the void was, and how a person like myself that coach high level kids and produce high level kids, how I can make sure that they are ready for that as well.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I was impressed when I saw it, bro. I couldn't remember. I just sat down to talk to you, man. I thought y'all had some draw sponsorship or something. Remember, but he was like, man, this apparel, man. You know what I'm saying? So eventually, you commit to Georgia. You go on Georgia last year. Was it when you got to Georgia? Was it like, God damn, man, and this far on the depth chart, I got to fight? Like, how was it when you first got there?
I mean, it was a battle because coming in, I had a labrum surgery, so I wasn't working out. I was trying to get back and recover, you know what I'm saying, in rehab. And like I said, it was a battle. So coming in, of course, I did have that fight and hung in me like, man, I got to get back. I got to prove it.
Yeah. So eventually you got on the field. Like, what was the first game you actually got some playing time? You remember?
The first game, was it Auburn? I want to say Auburn week, or no, the first game was South Carolina.
South Carolina.
Yeah.
Jalen Carter had got hurt, and I was the second rusher.
Yeah. You was ready?
Yeah, I was ready.
But you was only coming in on third downs?
Third down package.
Were you frustrated? At what point did it ever become frustrating?
I mean, like my freshman year was about learning, growing, and just seeing the field as a freshman, man. That was my whole goal. So it was frustrating at times because, like I said, I wanted a more effective role. I wanted to show my versatility and play more, but I was kind of just going out there having fun with it, man, and working my moves and just affecting the quarterback.
Yeah. How was it to you, man? Were you telling him to be patient, or how did it affect you, watching him go out there, knowing it was going to be a process? I mean, you had the number one team in the nation, you know what I'm saying? They got dogs, been there.
Sure.
Yeah, what was your message to him?
Just to be patient, you know, and stay consistent in his growth. You know, you can't necessarily control where you are on the depth chart or how that even shakes out for you. The only thing you can control is like how hard you work, how early you show up to meetings, making sure that you hit your prescribed weight. Just telling him to just be a pro, you know, even though like that's not who you are right now. Like just develop those healthy habits, and later on, you know, it's gonna show. Like the work that you put in, the preparation that you take, like it's gonna show. And you know, when he got his opportunities, I think it showed.
Yeah,
I felt like, of course, me as a dad, you know, I'm like, hey, he needs to be out there more. You know, I want him to play now. I want him to play first, second down too. Like, what's going on? But I understood, you know, and I trust the process. You know, I understand it. You know, so I saw kind of them ramping him up, and you know, him coming off the shoulder surgery and not having a true off season. I understood the role. Right. You know, of course, I wanted to see it more, but I understood the role for sure.
Yeah. Sometimes colleges have to. I tell people they got to manage their roster. Right. Yeah, it's not necessarily always the best person get in front. Sometimes they got to manage their roster. I mean, so eventually things got going for you. You had 2 sacks in the national championship, right?
Yes, sir.
Was you playing the same amount of time, or did you get a shot and play more time? Like, how did that happen?
I mean, by then I was a better player going towards the end, so I had a little bit more time, and I was able to go out there and pull off 2 of them.
Yeah. You remember the plays? Do you remember the first sack you got? You remember?
Yeah, I was in.
What was the play? Come on, talk to us. What was the call?
I was in the 5 tech. I mean, I don't want to give away Georgia terminology, but I was in the 5.
Go ahead.
Jalen Carter was pushing the pocket from a 3. We was both aligned to the field. I sold it vertical for 2 steps. I wrapped around, and I had his ass in my hands again.
Oh, you remember. All right, talk to us about the second one.
I introduced myself to the world. I said, hello, world.
What you did? What you got to say?
I got up, did a little wave, and man, just, you know what I'm saying, I felt good about myself. I had a certain swagger. Yeah. And then that second one, I was aligned in a 0 nose, and I knew it's like a 5-man charge, so 5 guys are coming. And you know what I'm saying, I'm aligned in the 0, so I have the 1-on-1 with the center, which means it's a 1-on-1. It's like, so I jab, step left, I go back right, and I knew he was gonna fall for the base. So boom, boom. And then the quarterback later, he catch it, he stumble, and I just smacked his ass. And get up and wave again. It's like,
that's your thing? We're going to be waving every time we get a sack?
I'm going to be introducing myself, man, from here on out, the rest of my career.
At any point in time, did y'all feel sorry for their quarterback, bro? He basically ran for his life that night. Tough dude now. Tough dude.
Yeah, Duggan is definitely tough. Like, he had a good season. I mean, he's from my state, so he had to get it even worse. But
you from Texas? Yeah.
I mean, he played for Texas, so you know what I'm saying? It was kind of a war out there, man.
From the outside looking in to us, we was all sitting, all the F4L family, we was sitting watching that game. You know what I'm saying? Uncle over there yelling, I told you it's going to be a blowout. I told y'all. Was it as easy as it appeared to be to us? You know what I'm saying? Sitting, watching it on TV? Because I know they scored first, right?
Yeah.
Was it as easy, like one of the easy games? Like, man, God dang, man, we thought we was going.
Yeah, I say it was easy because I went against the best every day. So Georgia, I felt like we had the best O-line. We had some big guys.
Right.
And man, I went against a talented group of guys every day. So when it got in the game and it came time for Saturdays, it was easy.
What made it easy?
Yeah. So.
Oh, no. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I've heard that before. So that's over, right? At what point did y'all start thinking about, man, listen, man, maybe if they still talking about the same thing, maybe we may have to move? At what point did that conversation come up?
I mean, it came about, so we knew going into year 2, I mean, we had already met with Coach Smart. We have end of the year exit meetings. So going into year 2, I was going to be a starter for the Georgia defense. So it wasn't no question about it. The opportunity was coming, but I mean, God had other plans.
Yeah. So they had done set you down and told you was going to be a starter.
Yeah.
So a starter mean what? That you was going to play first, second, and third?
First, second, and third. Yeah.
Yeah, first, second, and third down. But at that point, so what was the reason for it? Just like, all right, man, that's what they offering. You know what I'm saying? Let's go see what somebody else talking about.
I think it was just really understanding. Like, I feel like we left a lot of chicken on the bone last year.
Mm-hmm.
And so coming into this season, you know, having the conversations with the coaching staff and just kind of what the plan was going forward.
Right.
I was still uncomfortable with, you know, just kind of where we were. And,
right.
And I thought that we were more aligned as far as our goals, both individually and as a team. And it just didn't work out that way. Like, the conversation just didn't match where I felt like we were. Yeah, nah. It don't match, you know. So I love those guys. Of course, it's a tough decision because, you know, Kirby and those guys, they've been good to us. You know, it's been a good process. I think he's a better football player. It's nothing like that. It's nothing personal. But at this point in time, like, Bro Alexander is ready now.
You got your ring?
Nah, not yet.
You got your ring yet?
Oh, yeah, we ain't got that shit.
We ain't got that. I don't think.
Got it yet?
We got to go pick that up.
Gotta pick that up. They gonna mail it.
Get that ring, dog.
Yeah,
Get that
go pick that up, yeah.
So listen, college football has changed. This stuff is changing really fast. Football agents and the business of football has made it all the way to high school. Like, what went into it on choosing a agency or agent to ride with? What went into that?
Family.
Yeah.
You know, like, it's, with me particularly, like, it's one or two ways. It's business or family. Like, I can't, it's that or that, you know, because at some point in time, like, if it's family, then I'm gonna do something that'll put you. I may put us, not necessarily put us in a bad position, but I'll
put us in a position to show us that you're family.
Yeah, right. So, like, here, you know, meeting the guys and stuff like that, like, it just felt like that right away.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't feel like it was our business. You know, we didn't really have business conversations. It was more so like, all right, so who are you? You know what I'm saying? Like, what's your goals? Like, what you trying to do? And from that standpoint, it just feels a lot better. You know, being around them and getting to know them and stuff like that. Like, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, that trust is big. You know, we went to 5 different high schools. You know, and those relationships, at some point in time, it turned. We felt like it should have been family.
Right. And
decisions were made from a bad business.
Right.
And so here, FOL, family for life, like, it just represents exactly how we would like to do business. Yeah.
Yeah. So what's the conversations with other agencies? Like, it feels more business-like, more shrewd, more transactional? Because I know y'all have talked to.
Yeah, it feels like you found something hot, right? Like, you see another hot guy. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's just, that won't really get you far.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you getting in on the ground level, and, you know, before we was, you know, who we are, like, the conversation and stuff was happening like that. So now that, you know, he did what he did in the national championship game and he's had some success, you know, now the calls are coming. You know, now it's ramping up and it's just like, all right, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So y'all done went from Texas to Georgia, now y'all about to be out west, right?
You missed one. Texas, Georgia to Florida.
Florida?
Yeah, I was in Florida a period of time.
Doing what? What?
He went to IMG.
Oh, yeah. Well, in high school, you did go to IMG that 1 year at IMG. That was another one when you was in there mixing it up with some of the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? How was that? That was tough for you?
I mean, no, it wasn't tough. It was a new start. It was fresh. I mean, I got to go be a part of a good group of guys. You know what I'm saying? I made friends in high school that I'm friends with now. I was teammates with them. Aluba, Dalen Everett, Terrell Foster. I mean, a lot of us left IMG and went to Georgia, so these are guys that I'm friends with to today.
Yeah. IMG, dog, I'm gonna be honest with you. Do you think it's fair that IMG play against regular high schools, dog? Talk to me, dog. Since you're gone now, you can talk. You think it's fair?
I mean, they went up against regular teams. Like, they played Duncanville back at home in Texas, and was it a blowout?
Soto, I think.
DeSoto.
Y'all blow Duncanville out, yeah?
I didn't play. That was back in my time.
You think it's fair that they? Because you experienced it. You see the weight room. And come on, bro. You think it's the nutrition that y'all get? You think it's fair that they should be playing up against a public school here somewhere in Nevada?
It ain't fair. It's hell of elite guys from all over the country. It's nowhere near fair, but we made it work.
I think them dudes come from all over the world, dog. I've seen some linemen come from Asia. I think they recruit the world. Mm-hmm. Now, but it was a good experience for you?
Yeah, it was a great experience. I learned a lot at IMG Academy. It molded me.
Yeah, so you going over to USC now. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to go to USC. And your quarterback is Heisman Trophy winner. He's a star, basically. Have you had a chance to talk to him or meet him yet?
Yeah, Caleb recruited me heavy throughout this process. I mean, he's a big reason why we going there. Yeah. I mean,
oh, really?
For sure.
Talk to me about it. He cool dude?
Cool dude.
Yeah.
Amazing personality. He up front. Yeah, Lee.
Yeah? You met him, obviously. You met him?
Yeah. Caleb, me and Carl are real tight. So, like, just knowing them and having them to lean on in this process, too, just kind of help us understand what we're walking into, what we're dealing with, and then just trusting and knowing who they are for real. So I know Caleb really want to hang 60 on your ass.
Yeah, he really like, put up 60 points a game.
Yeah.
That is really his damn mindset. Like,
right?
He really want to go out there and hang 60 on your ass. So, you know how I feel about that. You know, the more points they put up, the more opportunities it's going to give. You know, for guys to be able to push the pocket, you know, and play. So, yeah, Caleb and them, like, that's family for sure.
In this process, a lot of schools, when you decided you was going to jump in the portal, a lot of schools reached out to you?
A ton.
A ton of them? Mm. Colorado reached out to you? Deion reached out to you? Did they reach out to you?
His sons did.
His sons did reach out to you?
I talked to my boy Nick, too. He hit me with the eyes, like, what y'all doing?
The D-line coach, Nick.
Who else showed real interest? Miami reached out to you?
Yeah, Miami.
Yeah. Who else was showing some real interest?
Oregon.
Yeah.
Who else jumped
That was tough too.
Oregon. Yeah. Why you say it was tough?
Just Dan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he was at Georgia. He recruited me out of high school, so he was the DC at Georgia. Then he jumped ship to Oregon.
Bro, I'm sure when you jumped in the portal, man, social media went crazy, bro. And I don't know if you read it. I done seen Tony reading it, just sitting there reading it, going through the carnage.
Man,
like,
my family, my whole family is in my comments. My cousin, him.
Fighting for you?
They fighting for me, but I try not to look at that stuff, man, and focus. But
yeah,
the narrative, like it's all crazy to me to hear these people say I'm moving for money purposes. I mean, it's crazy. So.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird how they call it money purposes, but they don't never call it business, ever.
Yeah, well, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They never call it business. It's all some the way they word it is like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's.
But it's just,
and I feel
my
like
thing is, it's just
everybody.
tacky.
Yeah, it's tacky. Everyone has
tacky.
to discuss their business at some point in time. Like my dad's side of time, you have to come to the table and negotiate your contract, no matter what field you are in. So. Yeah. It's unfair that everyone can go and negotiate their contract and their terms, but when Barry Alexander do it, it's a problem.
Yeah. So, no, man, the internet is emotional, man. I tell people all the time, listen, bro, if you got to wear like a badge of honor. If they talking about you, you got to wear like a badge of honor. That means you're doing something. If nobody talking about you, you ain't doing nothing. Mm-hmm. You ain't talking about them. So
at all.
Yeah, right. So when people start talking about you, you got to kind of say, "Oh, I might be doing something right. I might be heading
trending in the right direction.
I might be heading in the right direction, right? Because they gonna talk, man. Emotionally, they get up there and they say crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? They gonna talk. Have it ever like gotten to you?
I mean, sometimes I find myself, man, like, damn, these people really feel this way. And once I feel myself even saddening or feeling down, I call my pops and he'll snap me back into reality. Like, I handle their ass. You go out here and focus on your task.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
And you get at them, Tony?
Yeah, we ain't gonna play about that. We ain't gonna play.
Listen, man, it's a saying it's lonely at the top, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. And as you're seeing go up, I mean, you lose people you know, strangers, you know what I'm saying? It is real lonely at the top. So that's just something that comes with it. 5-10 years from now, man, I see you guys y'all both sides. It's football and it's business for y'all. You headed out to USC, man. Big Bear Alexander's coming. What do you want the people of Southern California to know? Who are they getting? Who's coming to USC?
Man, I want my family to know that you're getting an overcomer, you're getting an overachiever, and I'm someone that has been through a lot. So settling for the lesser road is.
So you battle tested and all that, huh?
I'm ready. I'm prepared. You're getting a good guy overall.
Yeah. All right, man. Big Bear, Tony, FOOTBALLVILLE podcast, man. We outside.